To love God and to love neighbor. That's what God calls us to, His great commandment. So it starts here in the Mass, where we love God and join in communion at the Eucharistic table where we are fed and nourished. And finally, we are commissioned by the deacon at the end of Mass to go in peace, to love and serve the Lord. With a heartfelt thanks be to God, we set out just as Mary did when she received her good news, to love our neighbor. Did you know that St. Pius X parishioners, dedicated to their call to holiness and the spirituality of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, have been extending themselves in visits to the poor and vulnerable in our community since last fall? These Vincentians, as they are called, are part of our parish-based conference, and while they collaborate with St. Vincent de Paul of North Idaho and other local churches and charities, their work is independent and focused on the mission of the Society, which is to be a network of friends inspired by gospel values, growing in holiness and building a more just world through personal relationships with and service to people in need. Did you know that since last September, our Vincentians completed 360 visits? 615 people received help, 154 of them children. And with your help, they delivered Christmas baskets to 92 families and served hundreds more through our food pantry and personal care products dispensary and through our other corporal works of mercy through our parish. Meeting every other week, Vincentians share their stories, pray together, and celebrate the deep and rewarding friendship that develops when you engage in loving service and sacrifice together. Their stories of love are shared towards a common understanding of each other, of humanity, and of God. Stories like this one.
Before we unload the bed, Luke asked, "Can we say a prayer for my brother in Montana? I just learned he was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer and will not live long." So we stopped and leaned our forearms against the bed of the truck and prayed out loud for Luke's brother. I thank God for allowing me to be a part of these moments, a very touching moment, one I won't forget.
Brothers and sisters, our Lord gave each of us individually the mandate to love Him and to love our neighbor as ourselves. Rooted in that love of Him that we express, share, and are nourished by here in the parish, here in the sacraments, Vincentians set out. They offer some time, they offer their fears, they offer themselves, and following the model the Lord gave us, they go out 2 by 2 to encounter Christ in those in need. Because that's what He asked of us. Because that's what love does. Our ask is simple. Respond to our Lord's mandate to love. Commit 3 hours a month, perhaps as a team with your spouse or a friend, and become Vincentians. 3 hours is a typical shift comprised of 3 appointments, 3 Christ-centered appointments that will change your life, as well as the life of those you meet. The first step on that journey is simple. Tag along with one of our seasoned Vincentians on a ride-along. You have no obligation from there, but to pray and discern God's call for you. To get started, or for more information, go to the St. Vincent de Paul page on our parish website, or email John Hollister at tanzer1952@gmail.com, or stop by our parish office.